Hey everybody, it's Bust with another weekly quest of the Path of Champions. Today, we have the first 4-star adventure coming out of the Path of Champions. It's a 4-star Azir. We're going to see if we can't take this one down. And so the special rules for this adventure. Round start, the foe summons a powder monkey. Round start, the foe gives their strongest unit to attack and overwhelm, and then the standard vicious enemy. So we're going to be facing down a lot of 4-power powder monkeys coming and blasting us for a ton of quick and efficient damage. And then the battle is up against everyone's favorite boss in the game, Azir. You get to that halfway point, you battle Azir and just get your deck murdered. At least at this point, he's up at the very end, so you get to invest 45 minutes in the run before you just get murdered by the 4 attacking sand soldiers. And so we'll keep all this in mind as we go. For our champion today, we're going to be doing battle with Lux. We do have Lux up to 3 stars. If you're not familiar with them, the big one with her is Lighting the Way Part 2. Each round, the first time you play a spell, you refill your spell mana, or you refill your mana equal to its cost. And then she has the +1 starting mana. Then her big game ender is when you play a 6 mana worth of spells, you get a 0-cost Golden Aegis in hand. And so you get these big chains of casting your 6 mana spells. You get to Final Spark something, and you get to rally. You typically end the game at that point, and you have some of the best late game in the game. And so for our champion level, she is up to level 15, and then with the starting deck, what's going to be at least important for us is the Laurent Protege having 5 health, so we have a early and efficient way to shut down a powder monkey, and then the things we're going to be looking for are powerful spells, right? Things like succession spells that generate units are going to be exceptionally powerful, given that it lets us activate the Lux abilities and then activate things like our Mage Seekers as well. And then we're going to also need to look for some heal. Lux is historically pretty terrible in the early game, and so we're going to have to recover, especially up against our opponents that have the Powder Monkeys and then the Darius form of +2 attack Overwhelm. So to help alleviate that, we use our fairly standard loadout for our expensive champions. We have the Stalker's Blade to get a strike as soon as Lux comes down, and then the Lost Chapter to refill our spell mana whenever she hits. And so ideally, when she comes down, it immediately has some serious impact on the board. And so that's it. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump on into the adventure, see if we can't beat old Azir here. Favorite part of the thing, just trying to get it to turn up, click on it 4 or 5 times. There we go. Finally got it. Let's head on into battle. Okay. Azir. Welcome, friend. I'm ready. Okay, so let's check these powers out. We need something that lets us stall in the early game, do something good early. And so fast deal battlefield training I'm not particularly interested in. Then when you target a ally with a single target spell, copy it on your weakest ally. This can be exceptionally powerful with Lux. If you want to say, think of something like Redoubled Valor. If you get to have Lux on the board, cast Redoubled Valor, recopy it onto another unit, and then put 2 Final Sparks and 2 Golden Aegises into your hand, that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big turnaround, but that's a pretty high risk, high reward kind of thing. And I think we need to just try and shore up our early game more so than have those big highlight reel kind of plays. I'm sorry we aren't shooting for the highlight reel with this one, but we'll do our best. Okay, so now this was a great roll. We have 2 really good options here. We have Slow But Steady. So when you play a slow spell, you copy it again. This is the one I'm going to be taking. And then we have Sorcery, which refills our spell mana. Another very powerful one with Lux. But the thing with Slow But Steady is you get to do something like play Succession. Succession is going to put the 2 units on the board and spend 6 mana in the process. I think it counts in terms of the additional mana. I'm not entirely certain if that's how it works, but I am very interested in copying Succession and some of our other spells in this one. So Slow But Steady is the way we'll go, and then on to the Sparring Student. And so when a unit is summoned, give its weakest ally +1/+1 this round. Good here? Get Phantom Cats. Got cats scratching on my door all day. You got to let cat in the room, let the cat out of the room, let the cat back in the room. It's a real struggle in terms of my life. But let's see here. And so we can't cast any of this on our first turn, but then we can cast Succession on turn 2. And that will sequence reasonably well. If We drop the Succession on 2, then we'll have the 2 mana banked up going into our 4 mana turn, and then get the double Remembrance. I think we'll be okay. We'll take a bit of early chip damage here from the Powder Monkey since we can't block, but once we get out of the first turn, I think we'll be okay. God, that's so brutal, taking 7 right from the start. Gotta have to find some heal. I mean, it only prevents 2, though, if we drop in the Brightsteel Protector. I think I'm still on board with this. We'll play the Succession. Oh shit, I forgot about our Lux ability that just gives us the mana right back. Oh shit, can we just win the game this turn? that's how quickly things change, right? The other thing to note was the slow but steady did count, right? You saw the golden Aegis come into our hand. So we can actually just pop off here. I don't think we can win the game this turn. We're going to be a little short on damage, but we can definitely clear out their board. This golden Aegis isn't fleeting, so we should be able to win next turn with the Remembrance. All right, I'm getting my bearings. I'm getting back into Path of Champions mode. So let's see. Here comes a Remembrance. This should give us... This is going to give us the 2 golden Aegises, right? Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Hit up that slow but steady. All right, get ourselves a block in. We just don't want to take the Overwhelm damage on the right one. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, these golden Aegises will carry us to victory. So much for no highlight reels, right? Double Rally doesn't do anything. Oh, are we just infinite? Or is that with a 6th cost spell? Is that what brings us? Or it's when you spend 6 mana, right? Well, the copied golden Aegis did not give us infinite golden Aegises. Would have been sweet. All right, boomed him right down. So yeah, that was pretty high-powered stuff. Slow but steady Lux, that's pretty good. So I think, yeah, we just need to find some heal, and I'll feel a little bit better. I wouldn't even be opposed to something like Wanted Poster, right? Something to just play on the first turn since we're just going to immediately get our mana right back. So here is some heal. Mobilize, kind of interesting, right? All of these cards are actually pretty interesting. The Mobilize is the one I'm immediately kind of thinking of. It doesn't slow but steady, right? So we don't get to mobilize and reduce everything by 2 and heal twice. And so that's the one I'm kind of like pushing away from, but it does work with the Lux thing that gives us our mana back. The other options here, we've got Reggie, old Pharaoh's Fancier over here to the left, generating the 6 cost spells. That's like super on theme with what we're doing, but it's like I don't really want to play a spell on the first turn of the game. I'm trying to just like imagine in my brain piece how far away we can get from playing a card on our first turn. And that's, like, realistically, that's probably too greedy. I think the curve we probably need to be envisioning is playing a 2-drop like Reggie, and then playing the Succession on turn 2, our 3-mana turn, and then playing, we can, like, bank that mana back and then play a 6 on the next turn. And so I think he'll be okay. It's a little worrisome passing up on the heal, but I think Reggie's just too on theme and too powerful for what we're doing. Okay, so here, a little bit more interesting, right? We have some good early stuff with Coral Creatures. This Nami sucks, though, right? She has free attack. We don't want to attack with Nami. So that's a bit unfortunate, because I was also... Oh, it's Tidal Wave. Okay, not Tidal Wave. I thought we were going to get Ebb and Flow. Ebb and Flow has all this heal component attached to it, and I was kind of interested in that, but... with the free attacking Nami, I don't think I'm so excited. What's this down here? Cheap Kaisa? I mean, the interesting thing with Kaisa is in our deck with the Remembrances, right? Remembrance puts the items onto our dudes, which then in turn works with Kaisa. The downside here is none of these cards produce like lifesteal, and then Shurima doesn't have lifesteal in it, and so it's not a lot of really high-powered stuff coming out of this, but it's tough to pass up on the real strength of Kaisa here, especially when she only costs 3 mana. We can start playing her on the second turn. We can do stuff like play Succession, get all of our mana back, and then follow up with Kaisa, and then just have some really strong width out there. And then, of course, you can technically hit lifesteal on a Voidling, and so maybe this will be okay. We're coming up with some options to hit it, to pick up some heal. Okay, and so then in terms of the follow-up battles, there's a shop, there's a healer, and there's an item chest. I think I'm leaning towards the item chest. The Mist Wraith deck, though, is one that can get out in front and ahead of you. They're really good at getting wide, but I think we're going to have enough 3-power units to come in and block, right? Reggie has the wraps to have bonus attack. Laurent Protege has the wraps for bonus attack. The Succession has 3 attack, and so I think we have just enough to where we can say, oh, okay, I can come out and block. So with this, I'm gonna hang on to. Man, it's tough. It's like I don't even want to hang on to Kaisa because she can't survive that initial powder monkey. So let's hang on to Laurent Protege. That's what our life is these days. And then we'll see if we can't mulligan into a Succession. Oh, Mage Seeker broken block. What do you have, Fearsome? Okay, and I think we just want to go for the damage prevent here, right? We've already lost a little bit, so we'll just take 3 in total. Now we can try and manage the board a little bit more with the Protege and with Kaisa. Okay, so we can go ahead and play the Lucky Find. That'll give us the mana back, and then put the second. Oh, it's not a slow spell, so we don't get a copy. That's okay. I'm going to play Kaisa. If we can get her to have like +1 health or quick attack or something here, she has lots of good options that she can be hitting off of this payday. We can do a quick attack challenge now into the Mist Wraith. I think that's fine. They do shuffle back into the deck. That's what their heroic power is, whatever we call these. When the Mist Wraiths die, shuffle them back in. But I think this is still safe. Cation Rain will kill off a 1 health unit as well, right? Oh, no, she's not flipped. Wish we had a little bit more to put on the board. Oh, big stuff, big stuff. Here's the lifesteal with the Voidling. And so let's drop the Protege. He's going to be a good blocker here. We're going to have to get nugged for a little bit because I'm not throwing away our Kaisa. So we're going to be taking 7. All right, Voidling comes in. Get to gain a little bit, just a little bit. I don't think we're going to get enough keywords to really end the game this round. But we can do this according to Lux. Oh, noes. Oh, noes. Oh, okay. Our Kaisa's not flipped. I was afraid that we were going to Acacian rain down his 1 health units and then Kaisa wouldn't do any life stealing. But that's not the case here. It's not how that works. Okay. A little scary. Our life's getting fairly low. But hopefully our blocks next turn will give us like +4 in total, take us back up to 18. Maybe Reggie will turn up something interesting. We can start to look to get a bunch of rallies as well. It's like I'm tempted to drop the Spirit Fire, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I want to get like multiple attacks out of the Kaisa this turn. So we're done with this little friend. You can just block something. Lux needs to come over here and prevent the damage. We don't need the final sparks. We still get the rallies out of Lux, and then let's just go ahead and drop a block on the monkey. Now we're going to gain like 1 million. Give or take. Give or take. Get us right back up to 30 at least. So we're not going to just lethal him outright, are we? I want to make sure we gain all of this health. We'll game the system a little bit here. We're not going to be all the way in. So take him to 11. We can add some more units. I want to kill them with the open attack next turn. He's going to get a monkey. We can fill out the board. This won't be enough to hit lethal. Takes him to 5. We're back to 30. That's all good. Oof! Talk about getting some lifesteal. You know what it's all about, Kaisa. Does this... Fine. I want to get out of this at 30, and so we'll let the last breath hit, and then have Kaisa come in for the lifesteal. Oh shit, he's doing stuff. Well, fine, we'll rally out of this then. If you're gonna be a lame-o like that, I'll make sure Kaisa gets the job done. Get that out of here, Mr. Wraith. All right. So nice health reset. Well done. Well done.
So long, Void. See you next time.
See ya, Void. Okay, make our way down to the item chest. I think that's where we want to go, right? Hang on here. We don't want Hive Herald. What's this dum-dum? When I'm summoned, create Unyielding Spirit in hand. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but our units aren't that small. Like, I feel like we have enough ways to just generate expensive cards. Let's pick up this Radiant Strike that's going to start in our opening hand. Give us a little bit of something in the early game. And then, I think I am okay with going to the healer and cutting a card. Like, I don't want the Mage Seeker in our deck. And then I'm not opposed to taking some of this other smaller stuff out, but I don't think picking up the item is that super important. Let's just get the bad card out of our deck. So let's cut a card. Insider. You're not going to make the cut. I'm sorry, my friend. And then for the next choices, we have the Rekindler. This purchases revives. We don't need those because we're perfect. And then so we'll go on to the spells chest. Hopefully something interesting for Lux there. So up to the Herald of Spring. When one of the foe's units is supported, grant it +1/+1. Gotcha. Okay, reasonable enough start. We're mulligan away the Radiant Strike, so we just redraw it. Got Reggie in a succession for the early game stuff. It's good to me, man. I was stopping to pause and think if we were going to try and make our way into this Remembrance, but I have to remember that, like, we'll play this Remembrance next turn, and then we just get the 3 mana back, so we can then bank that mana into the next turn with the Remembrance. Glad we gained a lot of health there, though. We just got boomed for that giant hit we couldn't do anything about. And lifesteal. We just have to keep watching on the Voidlings for the lifesteal. Okay, we can add 1 more mana to the board, and then still have the 6 mana for next turn with Remembrance. Looks like opponent might be opening on us, but I think we just have to risk it. One could say there's a potential to call it a blessing if he opens and then we lose a unit and have the opportunity to hit Radiant Guardians, right? The Radiant Guardian with the lifesteal tough, but that's kind of risky. So what are we doing? He's got some kind of elusive. It's down here to the end. It's the Herald of Spring. That's fine. Just want to prevent all the damages. Something like this keeps most of our units. Okay. And then, like, technically, we should sit around and just chase after lifesteal. I don't want to bother with that. Your time's valuable, my time's valuable. We're not going to just sit around, play through the game until we hit lifesteal with Voidling. If you're trying to min-max and have this go as high win rate as possible, by all means go for it, but I'm just going to go ahead and end the game this turn. I feel like we did enough of that in the previous game. So, get in there, friends. It's not bad, though, playing double for Demacia and picking up like 8 Golden Aegisuses. It's a nice way to end the games. Guess the other thing to kind of consider with those is with Reggie. You can hit that not Lux spell, you can hit that Karma spell, the gains 7 health. So we'll have some options there to watch out for. I'm just not going to sit around and dig for that stuff. Okay, so anything useful here? Demacia and Telstone's kind of interesting, especially since we get to play it for free. But I don't feel like we're struggling with the need for any of these cards. I think I do want to actually just come down and dig a little bit and see if we can't find a real spell that gains health. None of these gain it. All right, we'll take our last reroll. Didn't find any. Shock Blast is quite good. Gives us the 6 mana spell. It's going to cast twice. You can go for 8 to face, and then I maybe shut down an attack early. I think that's the way we'll go with it. Really kind of wish we had a wanted poster or something. Just something really cheap to get that unit down on turn 1. But here, Succession's too far on theme, right? This is our preferred turn 2 play, and doubles up. Then it also now has the item thing to work with our Kaisas and try and hit lifesteals. And so feel pretty good about that. Not so interested in the shop right now. I think we should probably come and heal before we battle Jen. This is a very aggressive Jen, and so I want to just have as much health as we can going into this one. You're gonna have to take some damage from the Blade's Edges. So his power, the player's units have Nexus Strike, create a fleeting Blade's Edge in the foe's hand. So he likes to just take them all and throw them in the nugget. All right, but reasonable stuff. I think we'll hang on to the Conservator for a turn 1 play, hang on to the Remembrance for turn 3, and then see if we can't find one of those Successions. I could even see an argument for getting rid of the Remembrance, but we'll see how this starts out.
What good's power if you're not going to use it?
Confine and contain.
All right. Get ourselves a little bit aboard. We did find the Succession. What do you got? Double regenerates? That's not what we wanted. Oh, and Colossal Hammers. They start with the regenerates. They picked up Colossal Hammer as their card. Gotcha. And so, I mean, do we want to just come ahead and attack? I would like to get the Jin off of the board. I think this is okay. Right? Oh, it's our units have the Blade's Edge thing, not his units. I was wondering why he didn't get one on the previous turn. Does he ever block with Jin? Maybe we just hold this back. We can, say, just drop a Persuader, be ready to block. The next turn, have a completely full board, and then use the Remembrance. We'll probably just kill next turn, right? This should be a pretty straightforward kill next turn. If we're going to double Remembrance and then Golden Aegis 3 times.
My work deserves recognition, Jin. Do not disappoint me.
It sounds pretty good when you put it that way. So we'll play the double Remembrance, get all the Golden Aegises. We'll get the 2 big units on the board. We got all the mana back now.
I
So we can shock blast his stuff, get a little bit more going. No, that's only 5 golden Aegiuses. Can we not do it with 5 golden Aegiuses? Sucks to be Jhin. So we can just take all of this damage, right? We don't have to. We're just going to heal after the battle, is what I'm thinking. And so we'll take a bit of it. Make sure we don't die to Blade's Edge when we start hitting with these dudes, but I think we're good from this point. Sweet ass combos. Give me them barriers. You're not gonna be Blade's Edging me today. Boop. Are you all ready for this? I'm gonna rally again. Sweet. So glad we went with slow but steady instead of sorcery. just take Lux out of the deck. All right. So dude got worked over. GG. Let's get us some sweet cards. More interesting stuff with Kai'Sa. I like this -1 cost, so we can just play her on the first turn of the game now. She's not strong enough to survive against the Powder Monkey, but I think that's okay. Can also give her Challenger. That works with her Evolve. But let's be real, these games aren't coming down to Kai'Sa evolving. These are coming down to us just rallying 100 times in a turn. So what do we got here? When you summon a 5-power ally, it strikes. That works fantastically with Remembrance. Otherwise, I don't really want any of these other ones, right? So we can play Remembrance. Like, half of them are going to do it, right? Radiant Guardian won't do it. The Dragon won't do it, the 0/6 Formidable Dragon. But the other, I guess, Screeching Dragon won't do it either. So that's 3 cards that won't. But then I think that there's 2 or 3 that still will. I think even if we just hit with, like, 1, that's going to be exceptionally powerful. So, all right, Trifarian Might in. What do we got here? So this is that interesting one to where we can just like skip over the entire map if we feel like we can beat the Minotaur Reckoner, which I think we could probably do. I'm trying to think of how bad these things can go, and it doesn't seem that bad. Like, what do we realistically want to add to our deck at this point? We want to add more Successions and more Remembrances, and then if we found like a 1 or 2 cost spell that generated a unit, like if we found a Wanted poster or something, I would be glad to have it. But like, if we're going to say like, what are the realistic chances I have of just finding a Wanted poster, it's pretty low. We don't even have Bilgewater in our deck, right? We didn't take that Nami earlier. And so I think I'm just going to go for the Reckoner and then just try and shoot straight into Azir. Like, I really don't want to be fighting Azir with like 15 health. So let's just minimize that, see if we can't get a good win quick. All right, so we have the combo, right? We have the Succession, we have the Remembrance. We'll hang on to the Voidling just to make sure we have something to throw down. Let's see if we can't boom him. Because we're not blocking. So we gotta take 9. Oh my gosh. Gotta take 12? Oh, that was our attack token. Okay. Let's see if he opens on us or if we get the Succession down. He does not open. All right, these 4/6s are pretty healthy blockers. I'm just going to come in and prevent the most damage we can. I'm not ultra worried about having our units live, and then he's going to round start stun whatever we play. So let me round end, deal 2 to the player's stunned unit. So we could hang on to a unit for next turn. Okay. Maybe that'll be all right, since we're just going to combo off next turn. So we take 6. Definitely not playing any successions. Now we get our remembrance. Alright, here comes that cool stuff. There's a Trifarian strike with the 5 power. Another strike with the Swiftwing Lancer. Let's drop an additional remembrance. No strikes, and 1 strike. Okay. You fucked, dude. Oh, we got some kind of support thing happening. Okay. I'll accept it. Cupcake it. Gotta do this one more time. All right, on to Azir. Let's see if we can do this, friends. Oof. That was not such a vicious enemy. All right. So what you got for us? Not really interested in any of these. The Ionian Tellstones does a little bit of what we're looking for, and that we can play it on the first turn, immediately get the mana back, and then play a health potion while summoning a unit. That's probably as reasonable as we're going to get against the Azir deck. The other option here is just to play the Conservator with the belt. But I think I want the Tellstones. Like, the additional thing that you run into with the Azir deck is there's a lot of decks that just have to kill Azir on turn 3. And if you can't kill Azir early, you just lose the game. And picking up this additional way to homecoming Azir back to hand might be relevant. And so I like a lot of the options that we get out of the Tellstones there. Here, just want anything early and cheap. Well, looks like it's going to be more Trifarian Mites. And so like these other ones just do literally nothing. Okay, Trifarian Mite. I guess that's what we get for spending all of our rerolls. And so, onto Azir. If you're not familiar, Sand Soldiers everywhere get +2 attack. They start out early and fast, and then it works fantastically with that Draven ability with the +2 attack and Overwhelm. And so, fairly scary stuff coming out of opponent. Here, we've got our Remembrance. Man, it's like I don't feel like we have to hang on to Kaisa and just dig for a succession. We're leading on the attack token, right? Let's hang on to Remembrance. That's too important, but then look for succession. Didn't find it, but we're just at least not getting attacked on the first turn. Okay. All right, there's Azir. Are we gonna get 20 something right away? We don't have to hold on to the 6th cost spell. Or we don't have to play the Sergeant for the 6th cost spell. We already have them. So I think we can add Kaisa. She's going to be a 4/4 instead of a 3/3. And then we can still play both Radiant Strikes and have the mana for a 6 next turn. Oh fuck, are we dead? Alright. So no more cards from him. I think we might have survived it.
I've got eyes.
Oh my gosh, are we short exactly?
They've breached.
No. No.
I've got eyes.
There's nowhere that this is working. Oh, neg 17. Okay. I didn't. I was moving them around and just assumed that we were going to be taking Overwhelm damage, and that was gonna stop us. But man, okay, down to 1. I think we're good. I don't know if Azir has a way. Oh no, we're gonna have to watch out for the powder monkeys. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna start striking shit, aren't we? Oh no. Oh no. I was trying to like envision this in my head how we could pull this off. It was going to involve hitting a Radiant Guardian, but damn. Let's see if we can take him down on the revive. I think that was probably too greedy passing up on that turn 1 Kaisa play. Right? If we have the 2 blockers, then we just win that automatically. I should have kept that in mind. Like the succession is very important, but playing a Kaisa on 1 and just any other unit on turn 2 is going to give us a double set of blocks. All right, much better here though. So we'll hang on to succession. Do we want the conservator? Probably. I mean, just have something to throw down. Okay. And we want to find a remembrance or a shock blast or whatever. Ideally remembrance. All right. Breathe deep. We can do it. No Azir for the first turn. He led with Azir last game. Would we? I think we just play the Persuader here. It can block a 3-power attacker. Like this Sand Soldier, right?
You look guilty.
Okay, so it goes to opponent's turn. Oh my god, did he just get a rally? The fuck did he do? Oh. Phew, okay.
What are you hiding?
I thought we started on our attack token last game, right? Is that what just happened? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know about this. What can we even do here? Or at least 3. That's a little healthier than the previous game. Just immediately struck the thing down. That's like not even on my radar that that's how it works. We should have maybe kept this stuff to try and take down Azir. Definitely happy with these Vanguards though, and them healing and stuff. That's going to be quite good. All right, Conservator down. Now we're going to try and win on this next turn. We can use the Shock Blast to kill Azir. That's a big thing here. There is a chance that he just doesn't get to attack. If he does stuff like this and doesn't have a follow-up unit, he may not get to play any more cards this turn. Okay. It's like we really need to be winning the game this turn. Because he's going to have the Powder Monkey for next turn, right? Oh my gosh, does he just not have any more plays? What's the most damage? Reggie and the Brightsteel, right? How much is this? 15? This is a lethal with Reggie, if he doesn't have any more plays. I want to keep going for it just in case he has like the -2 attack thing in hand. But oh my god, we might have pulled this one out. Let's get maximum damage. We're gonna play the Radiant Strike as well. I think we did it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now the Scrying Sands comes in. It's a little slow. A little slow, friend. Alright, neg 16. One more attack will do it. Ooh. This is where you start to say stuff like learn from the master. rank number 1 in the world according to ftpbust.com. FTP bust. That was close. That was tough. And so glad we were able to take that down. We navigated that one masterfully. It's never been navigated better by anyone else on the planet. GG. Okay. So that was a tough adventure. We didn't come up with the same lifesteal stuff that we were wanting to, right? We just wanted something that was pretty pivotal in that one game to where we had the Voidling and Kaisa going, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about, though, in terms of playing Lux into this. She doesn't have very much to do in the early game, and you have to kind of escape that early game, right? If we get to, realistically with this deck, if we got to like turn 4, or even if not, it's turn 3, if we got to our 4-mana turn, we just won the game every time. But if opponent comes in and chips you down for 7 in one attack, and then you take 2 more damage from the Powder Monkeys, and you have to carry that across multiple adventures, then that's going to be a bit of trouble and a little rough to pull off. And so I liked our strategy here in terms of trying to just take the short path, take the vicious enemy path, so we got out of a lot of those games and didn't have to risk taking all that chip damage on turn 1. Otherwise, we have a lot of raw power in here with the slow but steady. You can't count on slow but steady every time, but you have to admit that was extremely powerful and very, very highlight reel in terms of the cool stuff going on. And so very happy with how it panned out. Lots of really powerful combos then with the Succession into the Remembrance. So good stuff. I enjoyed the run. Hope you enjoyed it too. And that is going to do it for us today. And so hope everyone enjoyed the video. Maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.